Welcome to a very special episode of the Moffet Tattle-Tale podcast 2021. Today, your host is Mr. Domino, and I am interviewing some of the members of our awesome fifth grade club called MIRA. I'm hoping you guys all learn about them today, and there's a strong possibility, this will be an ongoing club next year. So with us today are Brandon, David, Isabella, and Jadalee from MIRA. Welcome to the podcast, guys. You guys can all just unmute and say your hellos.
Hello.
Hey, podcast listeners.
All right. So my first question to you guys, I'm thinking as someone who has never heard of MIRA or just maybe saw a few episodes of the podcast or listened on Spotify. That's a plug. What does MIRA mean? Where do we get that name? Go ahead, Brandon.
MIRA is actually a name of a star in the galaxy, and that's where the name came from. It's also the Spanish word for observe, and we're observing what's happening with global warming, plants, and other forms of study with natural science.
All right, so while you're unmuted, I understand, and I'm already aware of this, you are the founder. Can you tell us what gave you the idea, how you founded the club?
So it all originally started with me just sitting on a couch and making a slide presentation. Next thing you know, I started to study more on this topic. Soon enough, a couple of my friends noticed that I was doing this, started joining. And then we shared it to the class one day, and then officially, MIRA was a thing. Now we only started with kids, but then we had Mr. D, who gave us the podcast and all these wonderful things, and we couldn't have done it without him.
Oh, that's very nice of you to say, buddy. But one of my favorite, there's so many things I love about your club, everyone. One of my favorite things is how you formed yourselves, which I think is awesome because you guys should be kind of taking the lead on your own education in a lot of ways. So one of the things you did do was you met what I like to call guerrilla style, which is like under the radar of all the teachers. So can you guys, without throwing any other teachers under the bus, how were you meeting originally? Do you remember? Does anybody else want to take it? Where you met? Go ahead, Brandon. What were you doing originally?
Originally, we used to meet in the fourth grade classroom, and so we just would meet there, and it was kind of buggy, but that was just how we used to meet, and so.
But it was your meet from last year, right?
Yeah.
You kind of hide there. Not that you guys were doing anything bad. You weren't trying to do anything wrong. It was just a meet you had access to so that you could run your own club. And, obviously teachers know when people use their meet. So that's how we found out about it and hooked up the club with the this current meet. So who can tell us a little more about MIRA? We see how you guys kind of formed organically and we're doing this all on your own. What kind of things is MIRA working on? Go ahead, Miss Isabella. What are you guys working on?
Well, MIRA, in the beginning of MIRA, we started to work on raising money for koalas because we noticed they were losing their homes, and knowing as a human, we would want someone to also help us. So we decided to raise money for the koalas in the beginning of the year. And this was all Brandon's idea of helping. And then we all joined in. And then we started to work on different animals and different projects to help save the earth.
Very cool, very cool. And Jadalee, did you have something to add, or did Isabella, I know your hand was up?
So we also worked on global warming and trying to find ways to prevent global warming and just finding ways to make the world a better place.
So I know, speaking of global warming, in the podcast, when you guys wrote your scripts, that was always something you brought up with those STEM experts you were speaking to. Does anybody have anything they took away from any of those interviews that really stuck out to you? David?
I took away to always be interested in STEM because these people that we interviewed, these women are interested in STEM, and look what they're doing today. Like Emily Harbauer, that interview, for example, she is a part of the PECO Energy Challenge,
the need challenge or slash need program. So I took away to always be interested in STEM because you can do big things with STEM.
Yeah. And Jada Lee, did you want to add to that?
One thing I took away from all of the podcasts is to never give up even when someone's telling you to, because you you may think that someone else is right, but that's just their opinion. That's their way of trying to get you to quit something that is your dream. And I think the best thing is to not listen to what other people have to say about something that you know you're doing right.
That's a really important answer. And I noticed David said like these women at first, and you're talking about not giving up, Jada Lee. Everybody we interviewed for this season was a woman in STEM, and you guys used your podcast. You're already doing so many cool things like working on climate change and ways to solve it, or just learning about it. Like Dr. Nancy Peters said, like stay informed. That was one of my favorite words of advice given over the podcast, was like just learn about these things. So that's what David was saying, right? To learn. And that's what Emily Hallbaker is doing, is she's helping kids learn about these things so that we can kind of grow up the next generation of kids using STEM, or who will soon be adults using STEM to solve real world problems. And that whole not giving up thing is part of what you guys do in STEM, right? Like you fail when you make a design or you build something and you learn what doesn't work. Like a design failure isn't the end of the project, it's part of the process, and then you move on from there. So I'm especially hoping Isabella and Jada Lee, you took a lot away from having those ladies in the podcast, and you guys keep going with it. So you guys are doing such cool stuff. I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to let you guys react to the presentation that Jada Lee and David did. Go ahead, David. Do you have something to say, buddy?
Well, all I gotta say is that, MIRA is now actually trying to expand, actually. We're trying to get new members. We're trying to get more people in the club and do much more stuff. So we're trying to do some fun activities, like maybe do like a fun day stand near like high trafficked activities, which is basically the food stand, because people need to eat, so that's gonna be a high traffic activity. May even set something up at back to school night, so stay tuned.
Yeah, you guys, another thing that's great about your club is the fact that it's ongoing. You have so many things going on at once, and they're all things that can continue, which is a super positive thing, right? You guys are growing the club as you grow in your STEM skills and finding different ways to reach people and problem solve. Jada Lee, what are you thinking, kiddo?
So to add on to what you were saying, that's something that I like about MIRA, is that like you're just joining a meeting just thinking that you're just gonna talk about global warming or koalas, and then they'll just be like, okay, we have a new thing that we can do. We're gonna do this podcast, and we have like a week to do it. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about how
it's like very surprising, and there's like you can never get bored, because every time you get in the meet, you're never really going to know what is going to be the topic.
Yeah, you guys bring these things up naturally, which is awesome. What are you thinking, Isabella?
I wanted to add on to Jada Lee because, like she said, people, as they were new, they were just like, oh, this isn't, we're just going to be talking about some stuff. But I like MIRA because it gives us different things to do. And instead of us just doing homework and then going to watch TV and stuff, actually being here gives us an opportunity to, talk about how we can help save the earth and help with all the stuff that people do to this earth that isn't kind. And I like that because we get to do different things and stuff to show how we can stop hurting the earth.
So before I even play this video now, that kind of leads into some of the other things I wanted to ask you guys about. Like you're talking about all the different things you do and the different jobs you had. You guys all had some like super cool titles. So Brandon, obviously we covered. You're what again? Let the audience know. Who are you to the club?
I am President Way of the MIRA organization. And the founder as well.
The founder as well. And you, I have to say, ran most of the meetings yourself, right? I mean, I kind of just sat back. You ran them. You had an agenda. You had people. You assigned research, right?
Yeah, we have different roles. Yeah, we have podcast people. We have people that specifically do research on specific topics. People for branding and things like that.
Yeah. So, Jadalee, you had an interesting job title. Do you want to share what that is? You did a great job with it.
I am the public speaker, which mainly means when we have like a podcast, I'm able to like just speak. And just public speaking, I think it takes the courage to actually be able to unmute and just talk. Because if you're shy, it's fine being shy, but the thing is, you need to be able to actually like talk, and it's fine if you stutter at sometimes. It's really a thing that we all do. And
Yep.
sometimes we'll just stutter while we're talking because we're trying to think of what to say. So I think being a public speaker really has shown me that it's okay to be shy at first or to be scared, and it just shows you that it's okay to just talk. It's not a bad thing to talk.
And I've got to say, not just you, Jadalee, but the whole club, as we went on, your questions, you guys were like popping out questions on your own. I know in the PECO Innovation Challenge, you were asking the judges some really questions, super important. It brought up great topics. David, I know, asked questions. He was changing the script on the fly for some of the interviews, right? And adding questions as the speakers are, or as the guests are giving answers. You guys were able to come up with new questions because learning new information, obviously, new questions come with that. Go ahead, Jadalee.
So to add on to what you were saying about the questions, I think one thing is by interviewing women, I think the similar question that we have asked is, have you ever, what is like a difficult thing that you've experienced? And I think one of the main ones that all of the women that we've interviewed, they've all said that challenging part is being a woman in STEM, because the way that people treat them because they're women. But I don't think that's a way that you should judge people just by their appearance or the gender. I think the main way that you judge someone is on the inside, is how they treat people.
Very true. Very nicely said. That's why you're the public speaker, right? And David, you had you have a very cool title within the group. Do you want to share what that is and what job comes with that?
I am there towards the creative warrior for MIRA. That basically means that I work on most of the branding and the website. But if you think about it, we are all the creative warrior. Everyone in MIRA is, because each meeting we discuss everything. We discuss all our new topics. We discuss anything that wants to proceed, anything that we want to bring back, anything new we want to introduce, and even changes to our website or like podcast. We all come together, well, most of us, and we vote on what we should do. If it doesn't get enough votes, we just leave it behind and we might try again later. So we are all technically in MIRA, the creative warriors.
Yep, that's true. You guys are all technically public speakers for the group too. You all have a voice and everything, just not as that vote, but in the things you create. And there's so much stuff we could probably share in this podcast of the things you've created. Jadalee, what are you thinking?
So I know I have a lot of things that are my favorite about MIRA, but this is my second. Well, this kind of mixes with my first favorite. So one of my favorite things about MIRA is how nobody feels like they're not included in anything. Like even if you're not raising their hand, like you'll ask people what is their opinion. Like your opinion never gets left out, no matter what. And even if you say your opinion and people may not agree, that's your opinion. So they don't really want you to feel like your opinion's bad, so they won't say anything. But if they feel like there's something that you could add to your idea, they'll tell you, which I think is a cool thing, because when I share my ideas and you would like ask to add things on, I think that's a really cool thing because it adds on to the idea and it can probably really make a difference.
And I think a large compliment we need to give to your founder Brandon, because he kind of set that culture up right away when he started the group. He polled everybody how was their day. He was really good at running those polls, giving options to people, having options, and then asking if they wanted to change it and vote, having everyone vote. So normally, as a teacher or as a club leader, the teacher has to kind of set that up. But you had that. You guys formed without a teacher, and you formed that inclusive culture without staff. So bravo to everyone in MIRA and Brandon for leading the way on that. All right, David, did you have something else to say? And then I think we'll jump in and you guys can react live to the presentation Jada Lee and you did. But go ahead, David.
So what I was saying and what the speaker was saying is that everyone in MIRA has a voice. There's no one person that doesn't have a voice. Everyone is able to share their opinions, any thoughts that they have, they'll say them. And we work together. All of MIRA, every single member, everyone that comes to me, works together to do stuff. We like making our website. That made us do a lot of votes. We have our own private website for MIRA members only. Well, it's technically Slides, but it's just for us MIRA personnel only that only we can see. And we have like a jam board that has all the ideas for the website. So everyone has a voice. If you come to a MIRA meeting, you have a voice.
You definitely have a voice, and you definitely have input, and you definitely have jobs you can do. You guys had no shortage of ideas, so there was always something for you to do. So now you guys should be able to see my screen. I am sharing the presentation. Welcome back, Isabella. We're going to play the presentation that Jada Lee and David did for the PECO Excelon Innovation Challenge. So you guys can watch this. It's only 2 minutes and 48 seconds, and then I'd love to hear your thoughts on what they did. And remember, this is presenting for all of MIRA. So I'm going to hit play, and I'm going to mute my microphone. You guys should hear the audio.
Hello, we are MIRA. Fifth grade students at Moffet formed a club called MIRA. MIRA means look in Spanish, wonderful in Latin, ocean or sea in Sanskrit, peace in Russian, fate in Greek, nice in Arabic.
During a class meeting, Brandon asked for emails of students interested in joining a club that focuses on environmental action, energy conservation, and science. 15 members joined the club, and we formed MIRA.
We brainstormed ways we could help, and we chose protecting koalas. Koalas were in immediate danger from forest fires taking their homes. We recognize that koalas are adorable and that they will get the attention of people. Through our campaign, we raised $600 for the Australia Koala Foundation. We are still raising funds through our work and hopefully inspiring people to conserve energy and be environmentally cautious.
We also made a podcast called the Moffet Tattle-Tale. We sought guests who lacked with STEM and concern with the ecosystem. We decided a time and date that works best. We research our guests and raise specific questions based on their jobs, skills, and experiences. Our second goal of the podcast is to get more people involved in STEM. We want to recruit people to cut down on global warming and get everyone involved with problem solving throughout STEM. Our interviews are available on Spotify, YouTube, and our website.
We began interviewing during Women's History Month and chose women as our guests with an interest in STEM, and as they get older, they tend to lose that interest. We are trying to get young women to maintain their interest in STEM as they get older.
The MIRA website showcases all of our work. You can meet the crew members, see the progress we have made so far, and the work we have done, including our podcast interviews and our continued fundraising for the Australia Koala Foundation.
Thank
Thank you for
you for visiting MIRA. See you on another planet.
Peace out.
All right. I love that you guys ended it with the "See you on another planet." That's Brandon's one of his many contributions. So, what are your thoughts, Isabella or Brandon? If that's your first time seeing the presentation, what are you thinking? Go ahead, Brandon.
That was amazing.
Hello.
So good. I like how you finished it off with "See you on another planet." It's official meta now. And you guys raised a lot of good points about Mira, and you guys are great. So yeah, it's just crazy how it just started from a little thing, and now it's just Mira now. Like it's official. Like it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Isabella, what are your thoughts?
I just wanted to say good job, and I also loved the ending, like Brandon said. I also like the slides and stuff, but what they were saying, I actually liked, and it's how we started and stuff.
So, for if anybody's listening on Spotify and not watching this when it's published on YouTube, all the slides and all the visuals on the student website are all, and the website itself, are Mira made things. One of my favorite things added last minute, just to give it some character, because you guys, like you said, you all have your own voices, is your member Noah, our buddy, put a joke slideshow up under the Meet the Members page. So when you go to that part of the page, you can see Noah has a little slideshow there with some awesome jokes, which I love. They're all hilarious. Jada Lee, what were you thinking?
So I had a question for Brandon. How long do you think it took to make the video and like the way that we describe Mira?
I'd say maybe an hour, 2 hours, maybe less.
That's around like the perfect guess. And actually the funny part is we got like 3 times of practice, because the first time we did it was like practice, then the second time we did it, Mr. D, he hit the record button but it didn't record the entire thing. So then the third time we did it, we made sure that the record button was working, and then the third time me and David were in sync when we were doing the parts that we did together.
Yeah, you guys caught me on my one mistake. I thought I hit record and it didn't record. So, but yeah, you guys did an awesome job. So let's see. I know I had some follow-up questions. Something came up and now it's slipping my mind, so I'll have to edit this out of the podcast. There was something I wanted to ask specifically. I know when we sign off, we'll have to mention your homepage and the address. I'm wondering why I can't view publish site. There we go. So we'll make sure we have that that website ready to read off, right? But do you guys have anything else you want to talk about? Bring up on your own? Thoughts on Mira or moving forward, or?
I would like to say that I do plan for, and I hope you guys as well, that Mira will continue next year, so that then the next generation can know about it and spread more information while getting older. So, Mira worldwide.
Yeah, hashtag Mira worldwide. You guys even have a hashtag. What's up, Data League?
So what I wanted to say was, I think. Okay, so what I wanted to say is, I think that Mira is really cool, and one thing I have to say is there is nothing that I would change about Mira. I don't think there's anything that has made me feel like I don't like it. I like all the ideas. I think that everybody's idea has their own unique thing about it. So I think that's the really cool part, is how everybody has their own unique ideas. Like how David, I never thought of it, but David said like we could put the table for Fun Day at a place where it's crowded. And I would have never thought about that. I just would have thought we just put it like a random place. But I think that makes more sense to put it in a crowded place, because then like while people want the line to die down, if it's a long line, they could like come to our booth and just see what we're doing.
Yep. So there's another plug right there. So look out for the MIRA table at Fun Day, where you can get information on all things MIRA and how you can join the club next year. Go ahead, David.
All I want to say is that MIRA will probably be in a high traffic spot. So if you're coming to Fun Day 2021, just look for an area that has a lot of people. We're probably going to be near like a convenience stand because high traffic. Looking to recruit new members for 2021-2022 MIRA year. So if you're coming to Fun Day, stop by our stand and get more info about MIRA. More info about MIRA than what was in the podcast will be there.
We have club members there to answer questions, and that is this Friday, June 4th, from 12 o'clock to 2 is your Moffet-bration and 2021 Fun Day. So one of the other things I wanted to bring up, and I don't know if every club member knows this because it's been a little sporadic with PSSA testing, but Dr. Nancy Peter mailed us a copy of her book, 20 Horses, which one of my favorite moments of the entire podcast season was when she read to us from her book. I thought that was like incredible. So you guys have a signed copy from Dr. Peter that we'll probably put on display in a bookcase. It's super awesome. So we definitely want to give a thank you to Dr. Peter. That was awesome. Jada Lee.
Yesterday, I actually went on YouTube and looked for the meeting with Nancy Peters, and I actually rewatched the entire piece of Nancy Peters reading the book.
Yeah, and that was you guys did such a good job. Talk about coming up with more questions. That podcast went from our typical podcast is about 20 minutes. That one went to 55 minutes. So you guys running that interview had loads of good questions for her. All right, crew. So do we have anything else we want to add? Any words of advice for 4th through kindergarten or incoming Moffet students? You want to tell them about MIRA or Moffet in general? Isabella?
I just want to say, no matter what people say you can't do, you don't worry about what they say. You only believe in what you want to believe in and believe that you can do it if you put your mind to it.
Brandon?
For all the 4th and 3rd graders out there, be ready, because MIRA's coming for you. But be ready when it's your move-up day, so then you can join MIRA. It'll be great. As myself, I'm very humble to be able to have MIRA, and am proud of it for being able to go through generation to generation, personally. And I love you all.
All right. And David? Hopefully my network's not slowing down too bad. Go ahead, David.
All I want to say is if you're joining MIRA, welcome. We're going to have so much fun. We're going to keep fighting. We're going to get rid of global warming. We're going to kick it in this ecosystem. We're going to kick it out. We want a friendly app. And if you have any more questions, concerns, comments, or you don't want to know about MIRA, because we don't share everything in the podcast, and now to join, come to us June 7th, June 4th on Fun Day between 12 and 2 p.m. We will be there. We will be having a station set up. Thank you to the Fun Day committee for doing that.
What I wanted to say is no matter how old you are, it is never too late to make the world a better place. #MIRA worldwide.
All right. Nice and concise.
That was great.
All right. So that's about it for this, possibly the final episode of the second season, Moffet Tattle-Tale 2021. Follow Moffet on Twitter at John Moffet Elementary. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook as well. Visit our site at philasd.org/Moffet. And of course, visit MIRA at sites.google.com www.philasd.org/MIRA worldwide. Of course, they're going to be linked on our school homepage, and you can check out the podcast on Spotify under the Moffet Tattle-Tale, as well as check them out on the Moffet Tattle-Tale on YouTube under John Moffet Elementary. So I think for this one, unfortunately, it looks like we lost Isabella, but when I count it down, I think you guys need to give that See You on Another Planet. Are we ready, crew?
Yes.
All right, so that wraps it up in 3, 2, 1.
See you on another planet in the next season of the Moffet Tattle-Tale.
All right, guys. I'm going to stop the recording, and then we can chat. Nicely done.
You guys did it. Yes! Yes!
We always try to do our best for Moffet's